The Spanish Grand Prix preview, Martin Whitmarsh, the team principal of McLaren, on his team's chances, as well as Eric Broulier branding the Silverstone test as a nonsense, and rumours circulating about Mercedes on their future in the sport. This is the Lewis Round F1 Update. So we start off then with the Spanish Grand Prix, and it's a very familiar circuit for all the drivers. They tested there twice in pre-season and in previous years as well. They would have heavily tested on the circuit. Now there will be big changes from this month to last month, mainly down to the fact of the temperature change. In the winter, struggling to get to the 20-degree air temperature, track temperature will be around the mid-20s. This weekend, temperatures are going to be circulating air around 30 and track temperatures perhaps even 38 to 40. This will mean the track will react differently, and so therefore the cars will have to be set up slightly different. However, the circuit isn't best known for its racing. In 1999 it has unfortunately the worst record in F1 history for overtaking, with just one pass made. Last year was an exception to recent years, mainly down to the fact that the Pirelli tyres and the DRS was introduced that year, and it created a bit more overtaking and a grandstand finish. The drivers do enjoy racing at Barcelona, but the one problem is there's only one overtaking opportunity, and that really is turn 1. You'll expect Red Bull to be on the pace again. They look as though they've turned things around after Bahrain. McLaren as well, we'll be talking about them in just a second, but they look as though they've going to fight back after struggling in Bahrain. Maybe Ferrari, they've got some handy upgrades. Big upgrades coming in Spain, they could be quick as well. And never discount Mercedes, and especially Lotus. Lotus look as though they're getting very close to optimising their performance out of their car. And speaking of Lotus, team principal Eric Broulier has branded the Silverstone test as nonsense. Now what's going on at Silverstone, what Eric Broulier is talking about, is the young drivers test. And this young drivers test is essential. It gives young upcoming drivers from the feeder series a chance to shine in a Formula 1 car. It's one of those opportune moments, a bit like a reserve player from football coming into the first team. One chance, and they don't want to let it slip. Now normally this young driver test is held the week after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which it has done now for the last 2 years. However, now the FIA have decided that they're going to make an additional one in Silverstone. However, teams could only pick one or the other, Silverstone or Abu Dhabi. Now only 2 teams have opted for Abu Dhabi, the rest of the teams are all going to go Silverstone. Now the reason why they've brought this additional Silverstone test in is because the American Grand Prix, which is being introduced this year, is 2 weeks away from the Abu Dhabi race, and they don't want the teams to have problems with getting from Abu Dhabi to America. And finally, Mercedes. They've distanced themselves from rumours that they are on the verge of quitting Formula 1. Now this has come from a report from a national newspaper stating that Mercedes are on the verge of quitting Formula 1 over a dispute over the composition of a potential board when F1 is floated on the stock exchange. Ferrari, McLaren and Red Bull will all have representatives on this new board, except for Mercedes, who have been left isolated as the only top team not involved. However, Mercedes have poured cold water over this story, stating that they're still in discussions with the sport's commercial rights holder, CVC Capital Partners. A spokesman on behalf of Mercedes said that we're in discussions with the current rights holder, and we would like to ask for your understanding that we are not currently commenting on these discussions. Now it would be a disaster for F1 if Mercedes were to quit. Excluding the team, they still supply engines to Force India and McLaren. It would leave only then 2 real competitive engine companies in Ferrari and Renault. Not discounting Cosworth, but the 2 teams they do supply are Marussia and Hispania. A far cry from when they were supplying 4 engine manufacturers. Since then, Williams left last year, and the year before that, Caterham, who were then known as Lotus Racing, left as well. So please check www.lewisroundf1.co.uk for more news, gossip and reactions, as well as Lewis Round F1 on Facebook and Twitter. Please comment, rate and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next week for more F1 updates.